Look at this fog this morning. Even a little mist in the air. It's so beautiful. I love this stuff. Especially after a long, hot summer like we had. So as we've gone through verse by verse, if you're just following us, we're on the water every day going verse by verse. Starting in Matthew 24, going all the way to the end, and we're at a particular place where it's Lord's Supper, and there's a lot of things going on here. A lot of things said that people look past quickly. They get the communion part, but they miss the rest. So we're just going to pick it up where we left off. Matthew 26, starting verse 31. Then Jesus said to them, "All of you will be made to stumble because of me this night. For it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock will be scattered." Now, of course, Jesus is predicting what's about to happen to the disciples and the church as a whole. But what he's referring to is a prophecy in Zechariah that is really a life-fulfilling prophecy for Jesus. It fulfills much of his life, including the end times. As a matter of fact, where we're going to stop in Zechariah 13. Today is where we're going to pick up in the end time series. We're just pick it up there, Zechariah 13:7. "Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, against the man who is my companion, says the Lord of hosts." And by the way, that word man is actually a warrior, a valiant warrior, against the warrior who is my companion, says the Lord of hosts. "Strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. Then I will turn my hand against the little ones." And that word too, that hand, turn my hand against, that word against is upon, as well, so just let that be there. Against the little ones is like those who need to grow. It's not like necessarily little, it's just they have a lot of growth to be done, says the Lord. "That 2/3 of it shall be cut off and die, but 1/3 shall be left in it. I'll bring the 1/3 through the fire, will refine them as silver is refined, and test them as gold is tested. They will call on my name, and I will answer them. I will say, 'This is my people,' and each one will say, 'The Lord is my God.'" And then the very next verse is, "Behold, the day of the Lord is coming." And this is also a direct prophecy of what is about to happen to Israel, the remnant, what remains, who he's with, who he's not with. But those that he's about to be with in Zechariah's day, he's going to refine like gold. The disciples really had no idea what was about to take place. They were literally bickering over who was the greatest among them just not long ago in that exact same conversation. And he tells them that that he's gonna be struck, they're gonna stumble, and then they're gonna be scattered. And the thing about being scattered is it's a common practice of God, very common practice. When those of his, those chosen, those are the ones that claim they're his, like whether it be the Israelites or Christians or whatever the case may be. Anybody who says, "I worship the God of Isaac, Abraham," those people, there's really a couple kinds. There's those who are wicked and they're following other false gods and that kind of thing, being unfaithful to God. And then there's those who are faithful. Those are the few. And at times he scatters those people. For whatever reason, he just pulls them apart and scatters them. And it's a lot of it's to refine them. These disciples, they're about to stumble. And then they're about to get scattered. But they're going to be refined like gold and silver. There's a trial when we get to heaven, a trial by fire that refines you like gold and silver. All of your acts, the things that you did, get refined. And they either burn up like stubble, like sticks and straw and stubble, or they get refined like pure gold and pure silver. And that's what God is doing here. sometimes hard to watch, but what the result is just incredibly beautiful. It's an important moment in the life of the disciples, and it's an important moment really in our time as well, because the remnant has absolutely been scattered. You know, I've been doing this kind of thing for a couple of years now, talking about the remnant. And there's something that I've said that strikes the heart of people. I believe it to be true. It's just from my own experience. I can only apply that locally, but everybody says internationally this is the case. That if you live in a town of 10,000 people, there's probably only 2 or 3 of you who get it. You probably look around and you're thinking, how is it that everybody just doesn't get it? It's like they're in a fog. They just don't understand that you're to be about your Father's business. There's more to this Christianity than just saying a couple amens and throwing a couple bucks in the plate and going home for your Sunday. There's a lot more to this Christianity thing than that. But not just get it, because a lot of people a lot of people say that in church. You say, well, I heard pastors preach on that all the time. Of course there's more to Christianity. But the doers of the do, those who are doing, you can stare at it, you can judge a tree by its fruit. It's real obvious when somebody's being about their Father's business, or just saying they love Him, but they're not being about His business. And He scatters those people to refine them, to kind of, if you're in a town of 10,000, you're probably by yourself, and there's really nobody else like you. But it's a refining process. It's to separate you out. It's a sifting process. It's really a beautiful thing. And that's what these disciples are going through. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, against the warrior who is my companion, says the Lord of hosts. Strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. Then I will turn my hand upon the little ones, those who need to grow. And it shall come to pass in all the land, says the Lord, that 2/3 in it shall be cut off and die, but 1/3 shall be left in it. I'll bring the 1/3 through the fire, will refine them as silver is refined, and test them as gold is tested. They will call on my name, and I will answer them. I will say, this is my people, and each one will say, the Lord is my God. That's what it's about. It's about truly knowing who you are in Jesus Christ. And He refines you. You're not around other people, you're just by yourself. And that's what it's all about. It's about being refined, purified. There's fish jumping up around my boat. Too bad I didn't bring the fishing pole. It always happens when I don't have my pole. It's a refining process. The remnant is being refined. The remnant was being refined back then as well. And these disciples were scattered. They got scattered all over the place, but they changed the world. When the Spirit dwelt within them, they changed the world. When they got courage and the Helper, the Spirit, they changed the world. Not just one part of the world, the whole world. They changed the whole world. Simply because they had to go through a stumbling and a scattering to be refined like gold and silver. I think so often people, they really think they're doing what they need to do. They really think that they have got it figured out because they've been fed false doctrine. You know, I said some words when I was 20. That's all I gotta do. I gotta go live the life the way I want to live it. Do whatever I want to do. I bought my ticket to heaven. Now get out of my way. There's so much to be done. It's a refining process. You know, all of us have a work to be done. All of us have things we need to do, and we have things we need to be learning. We have growth that needs to be done. And it's a refining process. Sometimes that's sticks and stubbles and straw, those acts of the world, the things where I'm just trying to get what I want. Maybe I'm evil or wicked acts. We all have them. Don't act like you don't have them. I got plenty. All just burns up like sticks and straw and ash. And all that's left is the precious metals, the gold, the silver, the things you did for God. That's all that's left. And He's got to take you through something to get you there. And that's what this is all about, the scattering. That's what it's all about. So as you sit there in your town of 10,000 with only maybe one other person like you, as you sit there like that, just remember what God's doing. It's good stuff. It doesn't make sense, and it's lonely. But man, it is good stuff. Good stuff. Something about that fog, so magical. I hope these videos are helping. If you're feeling alone, because you're you're looking around and you read what a Christian should be doing, but you don't actually see it, it's okay. It's normal. It's been scattered, being refined like pure silver and gold. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Hope these videos are helping again. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel, the Patreon, that link is below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, so please don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.